Okay, good evening, parents. Thank you so much for coming out for our monthly PPN meeting. I am Mr. Erickson, the high school principal, and I'm sitting in for Mr. Ken Williams this evening. He is actually at a training out of town. So I'm going to do my best to fill his big shoes, literally and figuratively. Um, these are, for those of you who are attending our first meeting, these are our monthly parent partner network meetings. We hold these on the third Wednesday of every single month. Each month we have a rotating speaker or set of speakers to address different parent concerns that are brought forth through surveys and through other means. So this evening we're fortunate enough to have our district student and parent support services team. If you are a parent in here and you're just making your way in, please put your name and your child's name in the chat. We'll make sure they get some extra credit. Before we close the meeting out, I'll copy those names and send those out. And typically the format for these meetings, we're going to start off, we're going to have an update from all three principals, building updates. And if you have any questions from that specific building, you can toss that question in the chat and that administrator will address it at the end. So we will do those three updates, and from there, we're going to move into our presentation from our district student and parent support services team, which is a very extensive team. As you will see, we have a lot of supports for our students, wraparound supports. So we get a lot of valuable information from them, but to start us off, we're going to turn to Mr. Anderson, our elementary principal, updates from the elementary school.
All right, good evening, parents. Thank you, Mr. Erickson. I do have a few updates. Let me pull up my screen here. All right, for the first update on October 18th, starting this Friday, this up and coming Friday, until the 25th, we have our Scholastic Book Fair. That'll be taking place in the elementary. We will also be sending home some flyers if you have not already received them, with a link that you can purchase books at home. One of the goals is to make sure that our students have an opportunity to engage with great literature and books at home along with in school. So this is an opportunity. We usually do this book fair twice a year, and this is the first one for this school year. The next update on October 25th, which is next Friday, we have our annual trunk or treat event. That will be rain or shine, and it starts at 5 p.m., 5 to 5:45. It is an event that you have to pre-register, so your student should have received the flyer and a form to send back to the school. Again, it is a pre-registered event. And those forms are due back on the 18th. The next reminder, we have our parent-teacher conference and our early release on Tuesday, October 29th. All students will be released at 2 p.m. And then our parent-teacher conferences will begin at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is our first parent-teacher conference of the school year. We want all our parents to come out to see the progress of our students. And last but not least, there will be a flyer coming home for October 31st. As in last year, students are allowed to wear their costumes. We have events throughout the school day for our students to celebrate in a safe environment, and that's for Halloween, October 31st. So look for that flyer that should be coming home with your student. And that's all the updates for the elementary.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Anderson. Just want to reiterate that the parent-teacher conference on the 29th is for all three buildings. So he was speaking in regards to the elementary, but middle school and high school as well. We all have a 2 p.m. dismissal and then conferences from 3 to 6 across all three buildings. So if we have any questions for Mr. Anderson, you can toss those in the chat and he can address those. We can circle back if we do have any, but up next, I would like to introduce Mr. Green, our new middle school principal. And for those of you middle school parents, you probably are aware that Mr. Williams has been over there for the past 6 weeks or so at the middle school. as we have been searching for a new principal, and Mr. Green has been selected. We're very happy to have him aboard. And before I turn over to him, we did get a couple questions, Mr. Anderson. They have to register to go to trunk or treat or for the parents to participate.
Yes, registration is for both.
For
Uh,
both, okay.
Right now, I'm glad that was asked. Right now, we don't have as many parents as we had last year to open the trunks. Obviously, that is a big part of the event. So hopefully we get more parents to open up their trunks, but you also have to register if you're bringing your student.
Okay. And then also any update on the K3 baseball team?
That's the K3 basketball team. It doesn't
Basketball.
look like that's going to happen. There was a lot going on with the starting the girls basketball. So that may not happen in the fall, but I'm definitely going to make sure that we get that going by the end of the school year. We may have to wait till the spring, maybe in between boys basketball and track, or maybe after track is over with.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Anderson. And like I mentioned, I wanted to introduce our new middle school principal, Mr. Green. He's going to provide some updates.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Just I want to say, first of all, uh, it's good to be here. Just a little bit about myself, because this is actually the first parent meeting. This is my 8th day, so tomorrow will be my 9th day. All last week, I really just was in meetings, really not doing too much in the building, but observing and being in meetings. I will say I do have extensive background as a principal. It's my 27th year as a principal. I've been in pre-K to 12 schools, high schools, charter schools, traditional schools, private schools. So I've done pretty much everything, alternative schools and high school as well. So done a lot. Just a quick synopsis of who I am. Um, a few updates that I didn't really know I was going to have to do updates, but I know what's going on. The biggest thing for me is for you guys. We're gonna have open house next week. Open house and our Title One meeting as well. Meet me in person. So those are the really big three things that we have going on in the next week or so, other than the parent teacher conference. So looking forward to meeting everybody and working with you with your children. Middle school is a I think it's the most exciting school of all, and really the most challenging one of all the schools. So, um, but anything that's worth anything is a challenge. So, looking forward to partnering with you guys and learning more about you and more about the kids and what I can do to make their learning experience the best it can be. Um, that's all I want to say for right now. But thank you for having me, and look forward to really developing a relationship with you guys as we move forward in the school year.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Green. Couple other questions came up in the chat, and this is really applicable to all three buildings. What is the final date for grade correction? So we did mention that the conferences were on October 29th, and the end of the quarter is on November 1st. So that would be the last day of the first quarter to really finalize anything that needs to be turned in. So there is a few day window in between the conference and when grades are finalized. And then Mr. Anderson, one more for you. Are there currently any activities going on at the elementary for third grade boys?
No, not at this time. We have our girls basketball who just got started. That's fourth and fifth grade. Um, the only thing that I'm going to be starting rather soon is the Young Gentlemen's Club. But that's for a select group of students. Um, but the only thing for third grade that's going to be happening this school year is probably track and field later in the school year around March.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Anderson. So we will make our way to the high school. As the high school principal, again, those of you coming in late, I am Mr. Erickson, the high school principal. This is my 16th year at the high school. And a couple updates for us. This Friday, we do have a number of activities. We have a senior tailgate that is just for senior students, not for parents. But our seniors are having their senior tailgate on Friday from 4 to 6 before our final home football game. At 6 o'clock, we're having senior night for seniors who are in the band, who are on the cheerleading team, and who are on the football team. And that is an event for parents to partake in. It's a very nice ceremony. And then at 7 o'clock, we are having our rivalry football game with Michigan Collegiate. And that'll be at 7 o'clock at the high school football field. And tickets can be purchased in advance through the GoFan app, which we highly recommend doing because it may sell out. So the GoFan app, you can just Google it and purchase tickets on there. Heading into next week, we have PSAT testing at the high school. For our 11th graders, they are testing on Tuesday, the 22nd next week. The 10th graders are testing on the 23rd, which is Wednesday. And then the 9th graders are testing on the 24th, which is Thursday. All 3 of those days, all 4 grade levels have school. Dismissal time is the same. There's a little reshuffling of classes throughout the day, but it's still an 8:05 to 3:05 day of learning for all 4 grade levels. And as a parent, we just really encourage you to ensure that your child gets a good night rest, has a nice breakfast, and comes in ready to go. Those tests are extremely important on getting on the radar for colleges. Especially if you're a student athlete, there's a sliding scale of your score and your GPA, and that helps universities know if they're going to be able to offer you an athletic scholarship. And it also puts you in a place where we can provide you support services if your score in math or if your score in English is not necessarily where we would like it to be. We can provide you services. But if you don't take the test seriously, then you will be getting services you don't need and taking those away from another student. So we really encourage everyone to do their best so that all of our students can get what they need and they're in the appropriate classes. And that will be next week, Tuesday through Thursday. That is the final update for the high school. If there's any questions, those can be tossed in the chat. And Mr. Anderson, I'm going to circle back to you yet again. We have one more question. Are there any retake opportunities or assignments for 3rd graders?
Yes, I'm actually chatting with that parent and the
Okay.
director. Yeah,
Okay, appreciate that.
thank you.
Okay. So if there's any questions for me, we can circle back at the end, but I would like to turn it over to our excellent district student and parent support services team. Take it away.
All right, welcome parents. My name is Mrs. Sane. I would just like to welcome everyone to the District Student and Parent Support Services team presentation. We are presenting in the absence of Mr. Williams, as Mr. Erickson stated, who is the District Director of Culture and Community Engagement. What we wanted to do tonight was take a moment to let you all know who we are, the services that we provide, so that you all know exactly who to contact when you need anything at all. So we are going to go ahead and get started. How does the student and parent support service team work? So it is composed of the school counselors, the social worker, the district SDL coordinator, our MTSS coordinator, the district parent liaison, and we meet on a monthly basis. We collaborate and develop programs and supports and services, ensuring that support services are consistent and connected. We also focus on building positive relationships with our students and our parents. And we definitely want to address the needs of the entire child. And so that's what we're here for, is to make sure that your child has everything they need while they are in our care. This is some of Mr. Williams' role in the building. And I'm going to kind of let you all look over this, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with our SEL and MTSS coordinators. So Ms. Rogers, are you there?
Hi, everyone. This is Callie Ashby. Miss Sane, Miss Rogers, everyone, Miss Rogers ran into a situation, so she's unable to be with us this evening. but I will go ahead and get started. Good evening, everyone. I am Mrs. Callie Ashby. I am the district social emotional learning coordinator, and my role within the CPA district is to serve and support our community. And by doing so, it is my job to help us create and foster and cultivate a positive, inclusive learning environment for our students, for your child. And some of the things that falls under my umbrella of being the social emotional learning coordinator, I provide direction, coordination for effective implementation of our district's SEL initiatives. So by now, I'm sure you've heard of character counts. You've heard of cool things that's happening within each building for the PBIS, and that all falls under the umbrella of social emotional learning. So every month there's a different character trait. This month is caring. So be sure to try to start a conversation starter with your student about what they are learning regarding caring, regarding the character trait of caring for the high school. I've been going into the lunchrooms to reiterate this, to make sure that they are understanding each trait of the month. The elementary and middle school is doing a fantastic job with making sure our students are exploring these traits and not only understanding them, but trying to apply these characteristics to their everyday learning routine. So be sure to ask your student about that. A little bit more about my role is providing adult SEL, right? So what is SEL without making sure that our staff is okay, without making sure that our parents and our families are supported as well. So a few updates, Care Solace, we are going strong with Care Solace. If you need any support, if your student is struggling, if they need a higher level of support or just someone that they want to talk to outside of school, please, 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 please reach out to your child's student support service team, the social workers, counselors. They can get you involved and in reach and in touch with Care Solace, or reach out to myself and I will make sure that you have the information of Care Solace. That is our wraparound behavioral health support network. We are in partnership with Care Solace, who is doing a fantastic job with supporting our CPA community and their needs. Another thing, it's fall, it's October, starting next week, your student will be receiving a survey from Panorama. Now, this will be done in school, so this is not any extra homework for you or anything. They will have the time to do this at school. But another conversation starter, ask your student, hey, starting on Monday, did you take the survey? These surveys allow our student support team and network to understand what your child will need in support of CPA, okay? So again, a panorama survey will go out to your child next Monday. They will do this at school, but you can ask them how that survey went. And with doing so, with that survey, it gives our students an opportunity for their voice to be heard so that we can gather more supports and resources around their needs. Okay, any questions? I can be reached by email. And that is all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ashby. Would you mind going through Ms. Rogers' information?
Sure. So Ms. Karen Rogers is our district's multi-tier systems of support coordinator. So within her role, she is responsible for combining response to interventions and positive behavioral interventions and supports, such as PBIS, SEL, and district level implementation. She is responsible for redesigning, establishing, and teaching learning environments, effective and efficient. That is effective and efficient for all students, families, and educators. She also helps with planning and implementing, and most importantly, differentiation of instruction for our students, because we understand that not all students are learning at the same pace. Every student, every child needs support at a different level and a different pace. And so that is what the multi-tier systems of support does. It helps your child to learn at his or her pace while making sure that they are learning in an inclusive environment.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ashby. Next up, we have the elementary team. Is Ms. K on?
Hi, Miss Sane. This is Miss D. Rice from the middle school. She is ill, so I will be reading her slide for her. I think Miss Collins is first, though. I see Miss Collins.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Good evening, parents. I see some parents I know, some that are now middle school parents. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Just your attendance shows us and your students how much you value their education, and we really appreciate it. I'm Miss Collins. I'm a school counselor for the K1 and 2 grades. There's many supports that's shown up there. Support students through small group one-on-one sessions. We have individual sessions, small group, and also groups of fun things like Lady Sunflowers. It's similar to if you're familiar with Lady Butterflies in the high school and middle school living. All of the second grade girls are automatically a Lady Sunflower. So we meet once a month during lunch and discuss things for self-improvement, conflict resolution, self-esteem, all those things for the girls growing up that they will definitely need. This year, their third through fifth is a little bit different. Last year, we were able to do third, fourth, and fifth. But this year, we can only do fifth grade Lady Sunflowers due to just not enough bodies to help us out. But they will definitely be getting the same type of exposure they did last year. So I'm trying to read my screen, so I'm on my phone. I collaborate with definitely teachers and parents. If you ever have an issue, please don't hesitate to call me or email me. My email is on the top right there. You can screenshot it. We also have parent concern forms you can fill out in our front office that go to all the administration and the counselors and our team. We support your student in many ways: academic, personal, social. We have career information and opportunities in education, and we want to support you. We want to be part of your team, your tribe. I think if we're both saying the same things for our students and having the same support on both ends, it helps to collaborate together and help the student hear the same kind of repetition of support. So if you have needs for your student, any type of need, whether it's financial needs, whether it's clothing, anything like that, our team is here to support you, not just academics, but social, emotional for you as well, parents. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We don't know anything unless you tell us. And especially for the elementary kids, they don't tell us a whole lot. They tell us some things, but some other things that they're needing assistance with, they'll let parents know, because you're their go-to. So if you're having an issue, whether it's personal, whether it's a conflict with another student, please inform us that we can investigate and make sure your student is well supported. I think that's it for ours. We have a new counselor. I'm so excited to pick up and introduce her, Miss Hannah Walters. She has a married name, but she's known as Miss Walters now, changing it to Mrs. Costi, and I will hand over to her.
Hello, everyone. As Miss Collins says, I'm currently Miss Walters, but I will be Mrs. Costi. All of your children have probably come home and said something, Mrs. Costi. So they already kind of know me as that. I do everything that Mrs. Collins does. As a school counselor, but just for 3 through 5th. I've already gotten to know a few of you through parent concern forms and meeting just in person. If you're ever driving around the building, I'm the person at door 4 waving like a mad lady. Just trying to make sure everyone has a great, fantastic morning. I will be hosting the 5th grade Lady Sunflower group. However, we do individual sessions and smaller groups as well. And I just look forward to making sure that every student's needs are met. And again, my email, like everyone else's is on the slide at the top. And you can email me, call me, stop me at my door, just kind of get to connect with me and let me know what your students' needs are.
Hello, everyone. This is Mrs. Dewana Rice. I am filling in for my colleague, Mrs. Karen Brown Johnson. She is the social worker in the elementary school. Unfortunately, she's ill, so she asked me to fill in for her. Her role is comprised of coordinating and facilitating crisis intervention, trauma, and response services, collaborations with the special ed providers for the purpose of special ed educational planning and placement. She works to foster strong relationships with students and families alike, also providing individual and group interventions to improve students' social and emotional needs. She provides community resources such as counseling services, medical, and psychiatric support. So if you need to reach out to her for any reason or concern, please feel free to do so. Her email is at the top of the slide. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Ms. Rice. And now we're going to turn it over to the middle school team.
Oh. Well, hi, everyone, again. I am Dewana Hampton Rice. I'm the social worker in the middle school. I am known in the building as D. Rice because we have another Rice in the building, M. Rice, and she's the counselor. So I'm the social worker over there, and I work very closely with the counseling team and as well as the special ed resource teachers. We work together to foster relationships between the school, the community, and the home to achieve academic success for our students. I work in conjunction, I already said that, I'm sorry, the counseling team, I said that. And also I provide mental health services, support services, and crisis management, of which we will be formulating a crisis team very soon in our building coming together. Me, the school social worker, I work a part of the special ed closely with the eligibility process, formulating the IEP, social work goals and objectives, providing services to address the social emotional needs of our students. Again, with the IEP process, I also make referrals to community resources such as Care Solace, and we recently partnered with Community Network Services for the mental health piece. I co-sponsored the Lady Butterflies with Miss M. Rice. I have a lunch and learn group with our girls that we're going to be starting up this month. I spearhead the IAT team, which is the intervention assistance team, whereby if your child is struggling in any areas and teachers refer them to me, and we go through a whole process to see if they need testing for special ed services. And I also work with the academic probation team. So that's pretty much it. That's part of it. Thank you so much.
Okay. Hi, I'm Mary Rice. I'm the other Rice in our building. And I'm school counselor along with, I work with Mr. Langford. He's the other counselor in our building. But I am the 8th grade counselor. I am 7th grade counselor for those students whose last name ends in M through Z. I also coordinate the HBCU college tour, and that's for our 8th grade. We haven't done it in the last 2 years, but prior to that, we've had some wonderful trips to many of our HBC colleges. I'm also academic probation mentor, and you'll be hearing more about academic probation. If you have a child who may be, well, maybe not doing well in some of his classes, we will get you and ask you to come in for an academic probation meeting. And that's where, that's one of the things that we do to provide help for your student. And since I'm on academic probation, I'd like to tell you that we have also added this year a class that's called academic support. And so if your child is having a problem with English, social studies, science, any of that, we have a support class for them. So make sure you call myself, Mrs. Rice, or either Mr. Langford if your child is not involved in that and you think that they could take part of that and get some benefit from it. DAPSAP is another program that I work with, and the Lady Butterflies. Now, the elementary school has another group. I like to call them caterpillars, but they're not. But we're called the Lady Butterflies. And since I'm on the Lady Butterflies, I'd like you to know that the open enrollment for the Lady Butterflies is now. So if you have a daughter that is interested in becoming a butterfly, just have them see myself, Mrs. Rice, or D. Rice, or Mrs. Powell. We'll be glad to accept an application for them. Before I end, I'd like to also let you know that this year, for the first time, we have JROTC in our building. And this is a new program and that we're very, very excited about. And we coordinated with the high school, and the kids actually go over to the high school and they are part of the JROTC. I'd like to also remind you that on Friday, the Lady Butterflies are sponsoring Breast Cancer Pink and Denim Dress Down Day. So I just like to remind the parents about that. And you will be getting a flyer tomorrow that'll give you the final details about that. But I can tell you that the kids will be dressing in pink and denim, or either blue and blue. And we are giving donations for the breast cancer. Let's see, we also, let me mention our Matrix program. That's another push-in program to support our students in social, emotional, and also academic. If any of these programs that I've mentioned that you may be interested in, please don't hesitate to call the school and ask about them, or ask the secretaries to refer you back to the counseling and social worker department. I also do small groups with the social worker and individuals one-on-one counseling. So we're there for you parents, and we enjoy working with you and your student. So if you need us, we're here. Mr. Langford is not here this evening, but Mr. Langford is the 6th grade counselor, all 6th grade. But he do have 7th grade, last name A through L. So if you have a 7th grader and your 7th grader's last name is A through L, then Mr. Langford would be your child's counselor. Mr. Langford also worked with the Wolverine Pathways, academic probation, the same as I, and social emotional counseling. So I think I've covered everything from our counseling department. I just want you to know that we're there for you. So please give us a call or email us, whatever you need to do. But we are really big on giving our students support, during the school time. I don't believe our after-school academic program has started yet, but that will be starting soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Rice. And now we are going to turn it over to our high school team. And first up is Mrs. Cosmo.
Hi, my name is Marcia Cosma, and I am the 9th and 12th grade counselor here at Chandler Park. I work closely with Miss Sane, which is the college and scholarship counselor, as well as Miss Hamilton, which is the 9th and 10th or 11th and 10th and 11th grade counselor. We work diligently with the students to make sure that they're on their academic game, where they're making sure that they are receiving the credits that they need to, that they're in their core classes, that they need to be on track for graduation. And I'm also working on setting up community service activities for them to meet their community service graduation requirements.
Awesome. So good evening, everyone. I am Mrs. Rachel Hamilton, and like Ms. Cosma stated, I am the 10th and 11th grade counselor. As she already stated, our goal is to be a wraparound care for your students, not only academically, socially, emotionally, and beyond as they transition into adulthood and their next journey after high school. I also serve as the credit recovery advisor. And so, what that means is for the students who are missing or have failed a core class, meaning that they received an F in the class, I am the person who helps them understand what they need to take, when they need to make up that class, and how they can do so. Currently, we are holding after school credit recovery for our senior students. Um, it's only open to the seniors because we know that they have a little less time than those other students. But for junior students, we do open it up during second semester if space allows. So when that happens, if you know your student needs credit recovery, there will be an email that's going to be sent out probably around the end of January, beginning of February. And so, if your child does want to take on that opportunity, more information will be coming. Also, at least for my 10th and 11th grade parents, I will be sending out 3 letters this school year if your child is behind in credits. This is because I just want everybody on the same page, and I do not want any surprises, especially once we get to summer school, about what your child may need, just to ensure that we are staying on track. And if we have any questions along the way, we communicate, set up meetings, and do what we need to do to make sure they get to the finish line. And then lastly, I am also a Lady Butterfly mentor along with Miss Saint in the high school. Our applications are actually closed at this time, but we are a community service-based organization. And so we actually have a fundraiser on the 18th as well, as far as breast cancer awareness is concerned. The high school does not have Pink and Denim Day where they can dress down. So I just want to put that out there. But we are selling breast cancer awareness ribbons, and those donations will be going to a local charity. So if you have $1 or a few that your child could spare for this initiative, we will be selling those ribbons during lunchtime. Also at the high school next week, we will be doing a anti-bullying pledge during lunchtime. During this time, we're asking any student to take the pledge and being mindful of how they care for their peers and being mindful to treat everyone with respect and being able to call out bullying if they see it, and yeah, serving in that capacity. So once again, if your student is wanting to do that, they will be able to do that during lunchtime next week, and they'll be getting an email about that as well. I think that's all for me.
Good evening. My name is Ashton Fry. I'm the high school social worker.
I am the IAT team lead, which is the intervention assessment team, where we provide assistance to your students who may be having some challenges in their classes. I also provide individual and group sessions to students as needed. I make community referrals. I address crises, that may arise in our building. I provide training to both staff and parents as needed. I collab with the community partners such as CNS, Care Solace, and Matrix Human Services. And we have the Diva Teams, which is in the high school, where we work with ladies from 9th through 12th grade, of course. And we worked on, building your self-esteem, different life skills and conflict resolution. And so, yes, if you need to contact me, my email is right there on the slide.
All right, thank you. And last but not least, again, I am Mrs. Thane. I'm the college and scholarship counselor as well as the dual enrollment coordinator. And so at our school, we consider college to be any post-secondary plan that a student has outside of their high school diploma. So that may not look like the traditional 4-year university. It may look like a 2-year community college. It may look like a certificate, the military, apprenticeship, skills trade, and things of that nature. Our endeavor is that when our students leave our school, that they will go on to get further training and education so that they can make good money, okay? So in our department, I am providing college and career counseling, assisting our students, our alumni, and parents with college applications, with their FAFSA application, which is the federal application, the free application for federal student aid, and with scholarship applications. We also connect students with parents and pre-college programming. So we have, between myself and Mr. Wise, who is the STEM coordinator, we have a ton of programs that students could get involved in. I know DAPSAP, as was mentioned before, is up and running. There's actually an opportunity for students to catch the bus from Chandler Park to go to those different programs, and they have everything from STEM programming for our elementary students all the way up to SAT prep for our high school seniors. So I would definitely encourage you all to check into that to see if there's still an opportunity for them to become involved in that. We also collaborate with community partners. I have many partners that I work with. We just had Grand Valley State University there today, and we had over 40 students who were admitted on the spot to Grand Valley State University, many of them with scholarship opportunities. So these are the type of things that is going on in my department, and I would encourage you all. We have a program called School Links that we just put into place the beginning of the school year. That particular program is meant to support our students as they are trying to navigate career pathways as well as planning for college. So parents, please, please, please take a moment and talk with your children about School Links. Have them log in so that you can see the platform. It is amazing. There is an opportunity for them to research all types of colleges, all types of careers, to do different type of assessments if they're trying to figure out what they want to do. It's just really an amazing program. So I would encourage you guys to take a look at that. Also, for me, on November the 12th, Tuesday, November the 12th, I am going to hold a financial aid night at Chandler Park Academy to allow parents, my high school parents, to come out to hear all of the resources that the state of Michigan has in regards to different types of scholarship opportunities and ways that your child can receive financial aid. We want to make sure that you start talking to them early, ninth, really eighth grade, elementary school, but for sure in the ninth grade that you're talking with them about their pathways and what it is that they think they may be interested in, and then try to find ways to get them to explore those different opportunities, even if it's through shadowing, opportunities for internships, of which we are trying to work on finding those opportunities for students to do. So we again are trying to work with the whole child. I'm sure you all have heard there's someone on here to help them navigate every area of their life, whether it's academic or social or emotional. So we would like to thank you so much for listening to our presentation. And I am going to turn it back over to Mr. Erickson.
Can I jump in really quick? Thank you, Ms. Hamilton. Thank you for talking about the bullying. I completely forgot. In the elementary building, we are also addressing bullying. So we've done direct lessons in the classroom I did kindergarten, first and second. Parents, you should have probably received a packet of information that describes what bullying is, a quiz for you to take to see how much you know about bullying, resources, websites for bullying, such as stopbullying.gov and Pacer, along with additional information. So all K-5 students should have received that. Ms. Costi and I just finished third grade and included social bullying and social media bullying. And we'll be doing the fourth grade this week and then fifth grade next week. So please ask your students what they're learning about bullying. Please, third through fifth, even second, talk about social media bullying. A lot of our students do raise their hands when they say, yes, I have a phone, and yes, I have TikTok. So we're trying to encourage them to, while they are doing things online, to be kind. And if we see bullying happening, to not participate, to report it. It's very important that we all are aware that bullying is one-sided, it's more than once, and it's repeated. So if we're all on the same page and saying that, I think it'll help the students. And if you do have a concern about bullying, you can always fill out a parent concern form again, and then we will make sure we address it and investigate.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Collins. Thank you so much, team. We really have an extraordinary amount of support services through all three buildings for our students. So hopefully you glean something from the presentation. You have the contact information from the different individuals from all three buildings. There is one final question here. Who can I speak with outside of the teachers concerning grades at the high school? The next point of contact would be the counselors. And again, that is Ms. Cosma for the bookend grades of 9th and 12th, Ms. Hamilton for 10th and 11th. Middle and elementary, I'll let you jump in with what your process would be.
That Miss Thomas, she's a middle school parent.
Oh, okay.
She used to be over there with us. So I don't know, that would be a middle school question.
Okay.
Ms. Rice, can you provide any input to how the parent can get help with grades outside of the teacher?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I can. Just contact me, contact the counselor's department, and we will be happy to go over the grades with you, set up a conference with the teachers with you. Just give me a call, Mrs. Rice, M. Rice, or either Mr. Langford, and we'll be happy to help you through all of it.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Rice. And the other part of that question is concerning directing traffic. We do know that it can be chaotic in the morning with everyone trying to drop their child off. So Ms. Thomas, if you have a specific area that you're noticing, you can always reach out to Mr. Williams. He's our district campus safety supervisor. He's located in the high school. So if you call the high school, they can patch you through. And maybe there's a certain area we can pay extra attention to. Okay, if there are no other questions in the chat, we want to thank everyone so much for coming. Our next meeting will be November 20th. I'm not Mr. Williams, so I don't know who will be presenting, but there will be communications going out, flyers going out, so you can see who the next presenters will be next month. And we really appreciate our parents coming out and learning a little bit more about all the great things we have to offer. So have a great evening.
Okay, good night.
Good night.